Welcome back. You're here with Get Prepped or Get Wrecked. We're gonna run you through a couple more writing problems today. We did some writing, we did some math. We'll get some reading in eventually. So let's go ahead and get started. We left off with number 16. So we'll start with that sentence. But Jason Box, an associate professor of geology at Ohio State, believes that another factor added to the early thaw, semicolon, the dark snow problem. We know this is a punctuation question, so we just have to pick the correct punctuation mark. Semicolons are going to connect two complete sentences. The dark snow problem is not a complete sentence, so therefore B is wrong. A is wrong. It's got to be C or D. And then you have colon being the dark snow problem. That just doesn't sound right. So we know this answer choice is C. I could go into a little bit more detail, but can't give you guys all the juice. Can't give you all the sauce. Let's move to number 17. According to Box, a leading Greenland expert, Tundra Fires. Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me do that one more time. Sorry, somebody's texting me. According to Box, a leading Greenland expert, tundra fires in 2012 from as far away as North America produced great amounts of soot. Some of it drifted over Greenland in giant plumes of smoke and then fell as particles onto the ice sheet. So we have to correctly structure our sentence by picking the correct word or phrase here. Some of it drifted over Greenland into giant plumes of smoke and then fell as particles onto the ice sheet. That is going to be an independent clause, aka a complete sentence. It can be a complete sentence on its own. So that means if the first half of this sentence is a complete sentence, we can't connect that with just a comma. So according to Box, a leading Greenland expert, tundra fires in 2012 from as far away as North America produced great amounts of soot. That is also a complete sentence. So we can't connect these two clauses with just a comma. Unfortunately, we can't change this comma. So we have to turn this second clause here into a dependent clause. Right now, it's an independent clause with some of it because it is a pronoun that can act as a subject. So let's take out it. Some soot drifted over Greenland, right? Soot would also be now the subject. We don't want a subject here. Some blank drifted over Greenland in giant plumes of smoke and then fell as particles onto the ice sheet. Now we're just missing a word. So some of which drifted over Greenland in giant plumes of smoke and then fell as particles onto the ice sheet. C is going to be correct here, right? Because some of which makes that dependent on the first clause. The word which makes the second half of the sentence dependent on the first half. Let's move to number 18. Greenland in giant plumes of smoke and then fell as particles onto the ice sheet. So this is a verb tense question. We have to pick the correct form of the verb. Let's go see what we were using earlier in the sentence. Tundra fires in 2012 produced past tense, 2012 in the past, drifted past tense. So we're probably going to want 18 to be past tense as well. That's going to make that A. 19. Scientists have long known that soot particles facilitate melting by darkening snow and ice, limiting its ability to reflect the sun's rays. So it's ITS, that really means it is. And we're not going to say limiting it is ability to reflect the sun's rays. So we know it's not A. Limiting its ability to reflect the sun's rays, that could be correct because that's the correct way to use its in this case. But we are looking at snow and ice, which is more than one. So we're not going to pick its because that stands for one. It is there, but it's not this there because that stands for some place, a location. So C stands for location. We're going to cross that one out as well. 19 is going to be D. That's the correct there. We're running through this. You're listening to the English master right now, at least SAT English. This is what I do. 20. Which choice best completes the description of a self-reinforcing cycle? The result is a self-reinforcing cycle. Okay. As the ice melts, the land and water under the ice become exposed, and since land and water are darker than snow, the surface absorbs more heat, which is related to rising temperatures. So we want a cycle here, right? So we want like a circle. It has to go round and round. So the ice melts, the land and water under the ice become more exposed. And since land and water are darker than snow, the surface absorbs even more heat, which melts more ice, right? Because that brings you back to the circle, back to the start of the circle, back to the start of the cycle. So this one's going to be D, leads to additional melting. There's a couple more. I'll do one or two more in this video for you guys. Box's research is important because the fires of 2012 may not be a one-time phenomenon. According to scientists, rising Arctic temperatures are making northern latitudes greener and thus more fire-prone. The pattern Box observed in 2012 may repeat itself again with harmful effects on the Arctic ecosystem. This is going to be a question that just has to do with being concise, right? And the most concise way to state this sentence is B. A is wrong because we have may repeat, and we don't need to say again after you say repeat. C, the pattern Box observed in 2012 may repeat itself, comma, with damage and with harmful effects on the ecosystem. So then you'd be repeating damage and harmful effects, and possibly you'd be repeating may if you pick that one, right? So that's wrong because of that. That's wrong because of that. And A is wrong because may repeat and again. All right, that's 21. I'll finish out the passage for you guys. '22. Box is currently organizing an expedition to gather this critical information. The next step for Box and his team is to travel to Greenland and perform direct sampling of the ice in order to determine just how much the suit is contributing to the melting of the ice sheet. Members of the public will be able to track his team's progress and even help fund the expedition through a website Box has created. To make this paragraph more logical, sentence 4 should be placed. So this is a unity and coherence question. There's a certain way you have to order your paragraphs, order the sentences in your paragraph on the SAT. I'm not going to go through it here, but I will tell you guys what it should be. So looking for sentence 4, this is sentence 4. Gather this critical information or crucial information. What crucial information? So this is the crucial information right here. Determine just how much the suit is contributing to melting of the ice sheet, right? So that's what Box and his team is going to go figure out. And right now he is organizing an expedition to gather this crucial information. So sentence 4 needs to go directly after sentence 5. And that's the end of that passage. Thanks for listening, guys. You're here with Get Prepped, Get Wrecked. Get prepped or get wrecked. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.